Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying close attention to the NFL news cycle lately, you probably already sense that something big is brewing in the NFC East. And no, it's not just the usual off-season chatter about draft picks or free agency. We're talking about a move that could shake the division to its core, a move that's got Eagles fans buzzing with excitement and maybe a little bit of strategic concern. The whispers coming out of league circles are that the Philadelphia Eagles are about to make a bold move, one that will significantly boost their pass rush and reinforce their defensive front. And it's not just any move. It involves acquiring a top-tier edge rusher from Cincinnati, Trey Hendrickson, in a trade that could redefine their defensive identity, especially in the postseason. So what's the scoop? Well, sources close to the league suggest that the Eagles are prepared to send a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft to Cincinnati in exchange for Hendrickson, along with adding edge Josh Sweat to their already formidable front. Yes, you heard it right. Josh Sweat, who's been emerging as a key piece in the Eagles' pass rush, will be part of this blockbuster deal. Now, why is this such a game changer? For starters, Cincinnati's Bengals are in a bit of a tricky spot. They're sitting at 1-5 right now, and with their quarterback Joe Burrow struggling with injuries and the team's overall performance, they're pretty much sellers at this point, trying to rebuild or at least retool for the future. Their defense, which has been underwhelming this season, has leaked a staggering 28 sacks so far, ranking them 26th in the NFL in sacks allowed. That's a big red flag for any team trying to contend, especially one with playoff aspirations. The Bengals, naturally, are in a tough spot financially too. They need cap space to extend Burrow's contract, which is a huge priority for them after a record-breaking season last year. That's why they're willing to part with Hendrickson now. They're looking to free up around $15 million in cap space to make those necessary moves. Hendrickson, who was traded from New Orleans to Cincinnati back in 2021, has been a revelation for the Bengals. He's a Pro Bowler from 2020 through 2023 and has been consistently ranked among the top pass rushers in the league according to PFF, with a career grade hovering around 90. That's elite level. Hendrickson's 2025 stats are nothing short of impressive: 20 solo tackles, 8 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an EPA per snap that's among the best in the league. His rush rate, pressure numbers, win rate, everything points to a player who can change games. Now let's zoom out a little bit and consider what this means for the Eagles. They're sitting at 4-2, and they're in the market as buyers at the deadline, especially on defense. Their goal is clear: add an elite edge to complement Haason Reddick, who's been one of the best pass rushers in the league this season. Remember, the Eagles lost veteran defensive lineman Fletcher Cox to retirement, so beefing up the front seven is a top priority. Adding Hendrickson would be like injecting a shot of adrenaline into their defensive scheme, especially when facing mobile quarterbacks or teams with potent passing attacks. Hendrickson's ability to generate pressure — he's averaging 8 sacks in 2025, which puts him among the top in the league — can be a real difference maker in high-stakes playoff games. And speaking of the impact, let's talk about what Hendrickson can do for the Eagles' defense. According to projections, his addition could lead to an increase of around 12 sacks for the team, which would elevate their overall pressure rate significantly. Currently, the Eagles' rush grade is at 84-2, but with Hendrickson joining forces with Reddick and others, that number could jump above 90, transforming their pass rush from good to elite. Imagine a front line with Reddick, Hendrickson, Carter, who already has 5 sacks in 2025, and the rest of the defense feeding off that pressure. The impact on opposing quarterbacks, especially those who are mobile like Hurts' rivals, would be substantial. Hendrickson's ability to win against double teams and his high-pressure rate, top 5 in hurry rate and pressures, means he's a nightmare for offensive linemen trying to contain him. And let's not forget the secondary. When your front four is putting that much pressure on the quarterback, it makes life easier for the safeties and cornerbacks. Quinion Mitchell, who recently participated fully in practice despite a hamstring injury, and Landon Dickerson, who is practicing after an ankle injury, are crucial pieces in the Eagles' defensive puzzle. Their health and availability are key as they look to finalize this trade and integrate Hendrickson seamlessly into their scheme. The Eagles are also paying attention to the cap situation, with about $12 million in room available, which gives them some flexibility to make this move without severely impacting their financial flexibility. If this trade goes through, it's not just about boosting the pass rush. It's about signaling that the Eagles are all in once again, aiming for another Super Bowl appearance. The division rivals, especially the Cowboys and Giants, will have to scramble to match that kind of defensive firepower. The NFC East, known for its fierce battles and unpredictable outcomes, could see the Eagles taking a major step forward, especially in the playoffs. Hendrickson's presence could be the X factor that elevates their defense to a league-best level, making it even harder for opponents to move the ball or score. His experience and proven production in the league, combined with the Eagles' already talented roster, set the stage for a potential dynasty run. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Bengals are likely to prioritize their cap space and future assets. They're probably thinking about their long-term rebuild, possibly tanking to secure a high draft pick or to free up resources for their young core. Hendrickson, while still a top-tier player, might be viewed as a piece to help rebuild or retool their defense, which has struggled this season. It's a classic case of a team in a rebuild trading a veteran for draft capital, while the Eagles, who are already contenders, add a proven star to push their Super Bowl ambitions even further. And what about the odds? Well, if this move happens, the Eagles' Super Bowl odds would likely improve dramatically. Currently, they're around plus 1,500, but with Hendrickson in the fold, those odds could shorten to around plus 700, making them even more of a favorite in the NFC. Their improved pass rush, combined with the offensive firepower led by Jalen Hurts, creates a formidable team that might just be the team to beat in January and February. The NFC, as competitive as it is, would have a hard time matching that kind of defensive pressure, especially when facing a team with the talent and resilience of the Eagles. And for the fans, this is a move that screams we're going all in. It's a clear message that the Eagles are not just content with being good. They want to be great again, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Hendrickson's addition could be the final piece that pushes Philly over the top, transforming them into a true Super Bowl contender. The excitement around this potential trade is palpable, and if it comes to fruition, it could be one of the most impactful deadline deals in recent Eagles history. It's the kind of move that could define this team's season and future for years to come. Now, as we wait for official confirmation, it's worth noting how this fits into the Eagles' overall strategy. They've been building a balanced roster, emphasizing both offense and defense. Their offense, led by Hurts, is already among the best in the league, but it's their defense that often determines the outcome of close games. Improving their pass rush with a player like Hendrickson makes sense. They're reinforcing their core. This move could also influence their approach to free agency and the draft in the coming years, setting a tone that they're serious about competing at the highest level. In conclusion, folks, this potential trade not only signals a shift in the NFC East, but also demonstrates the Eagles' commitment to excellence. Hendrickson's arrival would be a statement to the league. The Eagles are ready to chase another Super Bowl, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. The Bengals might be tanking or rebuilding, but for the Eagles, it's all about making a statement that they're here to stay, that their window is wide open. And with Hendrickson, they might just have the perfect ingredient to cook up a championship recipe. It's an exciting time for Eagles fans, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds in the coming days. Stay tuned, because if this move happens, it could be the beginning of something truly special in Philadelphia. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you think adding Hendrickson is the move that pushes Philly to Super Bowl glory? Or do you believe there are other areas they should focus on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles' future. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. This is the kind of off-season story that could define the Eagles' entire season, so keep your eyes peeled and your hearts ready. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Birds.